let's start using language saying it's impossible for a police officer to be brutal. It's absolutely impossible. That's a false charge. If you charge a police officer with being brutal, you're charging the incorrect person, because it's impossible for a police officer to be brutal. But a race soldier, someone who is suspected of being a race soldier, should be brought to trial and tried as a criminal, because that's exactly what he or she is. If he or she is breaking the law by doing what? Mistreating someone. Once you mistreat someone, you are not a police officer. You have identified yourself as a race soldier suspect and brought to trial as such. That's how the language should sound.
Yes, sir.
And it has nothing to do with the people who are performing police duties. Those are two separate things. You have an infiltrator here. See, rather than give them slang language like rogue cops, I mean, that's sloppy. Let's get some official terms here.
Okay.
Because actual people who are trying to do real policing, they know who those race soldiers are, because they work with them. And they say, hey, we have some people here who are imposters, and we're not going to be riding around with them, you know, and we're not going to support them either, because now we'll all get blamed for something that this race soldier who has come among us is doing. And you can always tell who he is or who she is by what they actually do every day. The way they talk when they're in the squad cars and all like that. The jokes that they make and all like that. And then the other person is supposed to say, wait a minute, you know, how'd you get out of the police academy talking like that? And they got you working with me? What's going on here? I mean, is somebody setting me up? You know, these are things that officers themselves can ask. Said, hey, man, you got to stop talking like that. And you got to stop thinking like that if you're going to ride with me.
I heard
because
that.
if you think like that, you're going to get me in trouble.